Hey there, Treasure Hunt fans. Your pal Big D back here again with a Blu-ray movie review. So yesterday, I picked this up a few weeks ago, and I finally got a chance to sit down. Boy, that light is just not doing you justice, is it? I finally got a chance to sit down and watch that. Ooh, look, there I am. I finally got to sit down and a chance to watch this video, and so I wanted to talk to you guys about it. And that movie is Unfriended Dark Web. Now, the first one was okay. It was all right. This one was a little bit different. I think the big catch on this one was when it was in theaters, there were 3 alternate endings. So when you went to the theater, you weren't quite, my understanding was you weren't quite sure which ending you were going to get. So I always thought that was quite fascinating, but I never got a chance to see it in theaters. It didn't last, at least around my area, very long. So but I did sit down and watch it yesterday, and I want to talk to you about my thoughts a little bit here. So essentially, this movie is pretty much the same thing as the last movie. You know, bad things start to happen to people that are on group chat on Facebook or whatever. And essentially, this movie is about these friends that get together. And I guess they do gaming over Skype every so often. And some guy found a computer at work, and he brought it home and he hacked into it, and apparently that computer belonged to somebody who was working with the like the dark web. And so he started finding out information, and of course these people figured out what he was doing, and they started picking off his friends one by one as they go along through the movie. And then it has then it ends, and then there is a couple other endings you can watch through, because it does have 4 endings total. The movie, the ending is actually attached to the movie itself, and then there's 3 alternate endings. So my thoughts on this: it was okay. I think my biggest problem with these movies is the fact that the whole movie is a computer screen, and they're constantly upsizing and downsizing videos or windows, and they keep moving stuff around, and you're trying to watch something's going on over here, but then you got something going over here, and people are talking, they're muting, and there's a lot of chaos going on one screen, and it's all a computer screen you're looking at, essentially. That's a little bit hard to follow, although I hear that searching, which I do want to say that John Cho one's quite a bit different than this one, because it's not a bunch of people all in a chat room talking back and forth. So I do want to see that, but it was okay. Was it scary? By no means. It was not scary at all. There was not one moment in this movie where I went, whoa, watch out. It was pretty, I could kind of see everything that was coming. It was kind of predictable. It was okay. The acting was okay. I don't know. It was just an all right movie. I mean, I'm glad I didn't pay money to the theater, and I got this for like $5 because I had some Shopkick points, stuff like that I redeemed, and I think I had a certificate too, a Best Buy certificate too. So I picked it up and I got it for like $5, $6, $7. It was a lot cheaper than if I'd gone to the theater. So I'm glad I didn't go to the theater to see it, because I think I would have been really bummed. It was just okay. It filming was okay, acting was okay. I mean, it's a bunch of people I've never seen before in a movie. They have a tendency these movies have a tendency to grab people that are kind of not so well known, hoping to go for they're going more for that, like kind of like with Star Wars. Star Wars, like the only person really, Alec Guinness was the only person that was really well known. Everybody else was a bunch of no names at that point, except for Grand Moff Tarkin, I guess. Otherwise, there was a lot of people you didn't really know in that movie, and they built up from that, and those people became stars. And these are the kind of same movies they find a bunch of people that are newer actors. I'm assuming, this, I could be wrong, but newer actors they put in these movies. And again, it was okay. I didn't really care about any of the characters, honestly, at all. I just kind of felt they were kind of throwaway characters. Like, as they started getting picked off, I was like, well, there you go. Well, there you go. So it wasn't anything like, oh man, would I watch it again? Maybe if I watched the first one, the second one back to back. If I got maybe as background noise when I'm doing something around the house or something like that. But it was an okay movie. I would say not really go out. I probably wouldn't run out and buy this movie. I would more likely just rent it. I think it'd be a good rent, fun to watch, but you don't really need to buy it. I don't think there's really that much value, unless you can get it for really cheap. Now, eventually this movie will end up in those, probably at the Dollar Tree eventually someday or something like that. And yeah, for $1, between $1 and $5, not a bad deal if you're looking to collect it as part of your collection. But as a whole, there are a lot better movies out there than this. This one is just, it was so. And you know me, every time I do a movie review, I like to do my red vine thing here, where I say one red vine being the worst movie I've ever seen, and 10 being the most epic thing since Moses parted the Red Sea. I would give this 4, maybe a 5 red vines. That's about it. That's probably my worst review I've ever done for these things. It was just okay. There's no real redeeming thing about it. When I watch certain movies and stuff like that, if it lasts with me and I think about it, like I'm done with the movie, and 2 or 3 days down the road, I'm thinking about it still, like, oh, that was a cool scene, or oh, I see what they're trying to go with that. those are movies that they stay with me. I'll give them really high rating. This one, it's one of those ones you watch and then you move on to the next movie. You're not really like, oh man, do you remember that part from that movie? Because there's really no parts that were that like epic in this movie. It was very much the same as the first movie. They just kind of changed the characters and kind of changed the reason what was going on. But overall, it was pretty much the same movie. So if you've seen the first one, you've seen the second one for sure. Yeah, it's okay. It's definitely it's not going to make my top 10 at the end of the year. Let's put it that way. There's no way this movie. It could make my top 10 worst movies I saw this year, but there's no ways to make my top 10 my top 10 favorite movies of this year. So that is it. I can't really say much more about it. I don't want to ruin it for you. You may want to watch it or something like that. I don't know. It was okay. I mean, I'm actually, while I'm talking to you here, I'm trying to think of anything in that movie that was like, yeah, that was awesome, or it was redeeming quality to it, or something like that. I can't. I really can't. I mean, it is cool that they're alternate endings, but even with the alternate endings, and that is a great idea in theaters to force you to go back a couple different times to see it because, hey, this might be, what are the other endings that they have out there? But honestly, you got to have a really good premise to begin with in a movie that really grabs you and engages you in for people to go back, and it didn't work because this movie tanked in theaters as far as I know. So, it is what it is. So, that is it for my Blu-ray review. First, leave me a comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought. Did anybody see this movie? Did you enjoy this movie at all? Am I just completely off base and have no idea what I'm talking about? Let me know down here. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, so no worries. Click the like button if you did enjoy this video. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos by the old Big D. Along with that, if you hit that little bell up there, you get notified every time I put a video out. Thank you guys all for watching this video. I tried to keep it as short as possible. Everybody take care. Always remember to keep hunting because you just never know what you're going to find. And as always, live long and prosper.